Hi, everyone. Hi, Matteo.
Hi, Luis. Hi, everyone. Nice
Hi,
to see
how are you? So
you.
glad to have you here.
All same. Very good. I'm in Argentina at the moment, so
Oh,
it's
great.
great, actually. Yeah.
Nice. Are you jet lagged or something?
I'm already 5 days here, so like the first few days, I was like, yeah, sleeping at strange hours, but like right now, I'm perfectly fine after the third coffee of the day. So yeah.
Okay, so great. You will say something coherent and yeah. So hi, Sid. Hi, Pedro. Hi, Oliver. Hi, Nadine. Hi, Roger. So glad you are here. So, guys, you have a chat. You can say hello to anyone here. You also can also ask your question there. And maybe Matteo, if you can share your screen, that I will introduce the live. Hi, Oliver.
Yes.
Hi, Roger. So, welcome on this multi-channel prospecting live. Matteo is a great expert. I'm so glad to have him for my first English-speaking playground live. And for who that doesn't know what is the playground is the community really about growth and sales and marketing. So you can just join the community. It's absolutely free. It's propelled by lagrowthmachine, but if you are not a user of lagrowthmachine, it's absolutely okay. And if you want to try lagrowthmachine, it's also possible. I have a little link that aim you to test lagrowthmachine for 1 month instead of 15 days. I bring it here, and yeah, playground is the community, and we organize every week, 1 or 2 week when we depending of what we can do, experts live, and it's really built to help you guys to master your prospection. And I let you, Matteo, maybe introduce yourself.
Thanks, Eloise. Yes. Okay. Yes. Here you can follow me. This is like my profile. I'll go a second before introducing myself into what we're gonna see today, and then I'm gonna go really into details of who I am. First of all, guys, thanks everyone. Thanks, Eloise, for organizing this. Thanks to La Growth Machine, and thanks to Oliver from Scribeless and Bethany Achi from SensePark that supported the event. Today we're going to see a really detailed multi-channel campaign. We're going to use 4 different channels and 4 different tools. So the 4 different channels are going to be LinkedIn, are going to be email, cold call, and even physical letters. While the tools involved are going to be La Growth Machine, is going to be Clay, of course, Scribeless, and SensePark.
And
So
I
it's
think, and I think we have a little gift, right?
Yes, exactly. Thanks to Oliver for this. There is like for whoever wants to try Scribeless, for whoever wants to try handwritten physical letters, Oliver has agreed on giving for free 50 credits, so 50 physical mails to the first person. So this is like your little challenge. To the first person that is gonna find his mobile phone number and is gonna call him. So the first person that is gonna call Oliver on his phone number is gonna get these 50 free credits for physical mails. Thanks, Oliver.
Okay, great. Thanks, Oliver. And Oliver, if you want to come on stage and say hello, it's absolutely possible. And also, just before to start, if you have question, guys, don't hesitate to write it on the chat. But also, you can raise your hand or saying in the chat, "I want to go on stage," and I can invite you on stage. So it's absolutely free. You can just ask your question physically, let's say, or in the chat.
Thanks, Luis. Exactly. Okay, a little bit of explanation before like going into more into details of the webinar. So I'm Matteo Fois, certified clay expert and playground advisor for La Growth Machine. I have 5 years experience in outbound. I worked for Amazon as an account manager. I worked in startup. I worked in other agencies. I was a startup mentor. And from the beginning of this year, I founded TAM Acceleration, which is like a clay agency that focuses on creating B2B campaigns for our clients. I closed millions for clients during these years, setting thousands of meetings. And I love to travel. I'm right now in Argentina, as I was mentioning, and I've traveled into 44 countries so far. So you can see somewhere, you can find me somewhere around the world. A little bit of focus before going into the tables is gonna be, we're gonna see like really in detail the clay tables and the lagrowthmachine workflows. So we're gonna go through the details of it, but let's do a step back first on seeing who's this webinar for. So this is a great webinar for any B2B business owner, VP, heads of sales and marketing, business development, and in general, any clay, AI, and tech enthusiast. This is great either if you target niche markets, so small markets, but as well as you target big markets, but you want to have a different approach and a really segmented approach into a specific set of decision makers. But I will explain more like going now. Multi-channel campaigns, first of all. So multi-channel campaigns are great campaigns, as mentioned, for this kind of targets. So niche markets or specific targets, even in a big one. Across multi-channel campaigns, I've done this for over 4 years. I did that at the beginning manually because we didn't have the level of automation integration with AI that we have at the moment. I've supported closing hundreds of thousands of deals. Value. And now, thanks to Clay and lagrowthmachine, we are able to scale and automate that through the workflows that we're going to see today.
Great.
A little bit of focus on when should you use account-based marketing. Again, just before going into the tables. So your TAM is small, your total addressable market is small, let's say it's less than 20,000 accounts. It could be the case of niche markets, so specific markets, maybe you have a really niche offer, you have a really detailed specific offer. Or otherwise, even in case you're targeting enterprise, it's a great strategy. You're targeting enterprise, there are not many enterprises around, so in general, like the number is not much. And you're selling high pricing solution. Again, account-based marketing, that is the multi-channel strategy, is a great strategy in general when you want to target a sector of your total market in a really detailed way.
I will publish a poll. It's interesting to know, have you ever tried ABM? So you have in the right corner the polls bar, and you can just say if you already tried ABM. It's interesting for us to have these insights and to adapt the webinar too.
Looking forward to the results, Eloise.
Yeah.
So let's go. Like, what you cannot do actually. Like when you work on these sectors, okay. When you work on a small market, or when you work on a specific sector of target, you don't want to burn your limited total addressable market. Let's say that you have 10,000 companies that you want to prospect. You don't want to burn them, maybe sending irrelevant messages and have like a bad reputation with them. You don't want at the same time to leave opportunities behind. Like if you have a huge market, you can send emails not caring too much about how many touch points you have with them. But if you have a small market, you want to maximize every opportunity. So you don't want to just do one quick touch over a prospect. Just one quick touch, like probably you're missing opportunity over that. You want to maximize every possible opportunities. And exactly, these are like a few suggestions. Use multiple channels to reach the decision maker. Use the channel that resonates most with your target, and be different than all the other people. So even if you target a big market, but you want to stand out in front of a specific set of decision makers. ABM, account-based marketing, multi-channel is a great way, and the tools that we're going to see today, personalized video messages, personalized voice messages, are a great way to stand out in front of these people that is usually really bombarded from outbound communication.
So the majority of the public has already tried ABM, but there is still 30% of people that really want to and never tried it.
That's very interesting. This is a great opportunity, I think, this webinar, both for the ones that have already have experience with that, to try different methods, or like to see new channels and how these channels merge together, and all for the new ones to see how it works, and how they could implement that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Just like a few slides before going into the tables. So something very important to note is like 1-2 years ago, personalization in your outreach was enough. So personalization was great. If you mentioned, hey, so that you worked 5 years in this company, everyone was like, wow, great. Right now, it's really not impactful almost at all. Right now, it's very important to be relevant. Before, 2 channels were something that set you apart. Right now, a lot of competition already use LinkedIn plus email. Not a lot, but we have a lot more people that use these 2 channels together. So it's very important that we merge more channels together, and we do that in the most seamless way that we can. Before, there was less competition. Now there is more players. And so it's very important to stand out with a particular strategy, and a multi-channel is a great way to do this. Okay. I stop sharing these ones, and let's go to the clay table. Before going here, Eloise, do you have any question on this? Do we go? Is it
yeah, we can start it. No question for the moment.
Amazing, thank you. All right, guys. So something that I really like is basically starting with the end in mind. So if we look at the table, these are going to be 2 tables that anyway we will share with you at the end of this call. It's going to be full of details, okay? It's going to be full of details. I'll try not to go into details as much as possible, but to show you like the most important things. Like what I want to show you is the final result that we're gonna see, and then we're gonna go through the table in how to build that. So this is like a very important part of all of this is like segmentation. We want to reach to these people because we want to maximize the opportunities. We want to reach to these people in the best channel for them. So we always want to reach them through different channels, but we want to prioritize the channel based on the preference of the ICP, based on where the ICP, based on where the target market is present. So the final result is gonna be these different workflows in lagrowthmachine. We're gonna have 4 different workflows, and the goal is gonna be to send each prospect. We're not gonna waste anything, to send each prospect to the best one, to the best workflow for them. What is like among these 4, if I focus on all of these, like we're not gonna take 1 hour, probably gonna take like probably a few hours. So like the main goal for today is gonna focus just on one of these, but I will explain how the leads are gonna be sent to the different channels, to all the 4 different channels. We're gonna focus on the first one. So in the first one, the prospects are gonna receive a physical mail, a handwritten letter. And after that, they're going to be contacted through LinkedIn with personalized video messages, personalized voice messages, email, and cold calling. So we have 4 different channels and 4 different tools in action. It's very important that we maximize who we contact here. It's very important we maximize that because it's, of course, a campaign that we want to do not on all our prospects, but just on a specific set of prospects that are more likely to get us a return. So let's focus on this table. Just for your relevance, it's very important that first of all, we start from a list of domains. This is a campaign that I'm now replicating just to show you, but it's actually a campaign that I'm implementing on a client. I replicated it completely from scratch, just like for the purpose of this webinar. In this case, the domains, just out of example, were like medical equipment manufacturing, companies in the medical sector that usually it's like a difficult market to target. But I mean, this could be applied for any sector for which a niche marketing could be relevant. So first thing of all, it's very important that you find the domains. Super important that you find the domains first, and that you filter the domains out of what is in target. So for example, in these first campaigns, we source the domains, and what we do is we normalize the industry, and we craft a personalized intro line that we're gonna use in a second moment. We're gonna use to craft the physical mail and the copy of the lagrowthmachine campaigns. What's important then is like we start from the domains. Okay, I'm not going to go too much into the detail of this table because like the main table is this one. So once we source the domains, what we want to do is source the contacts that work in these companies. So we have the domains there, and we want to source to find the contacts that work there. So we do this, and we have the contacts here. At this point, again, any question that you want to see something more in detail than other, just ask in the chat, and then we can go over.
Yeah, of course. I just ask if everybody is familiar with Clay, using maybe alternatives, and if they have any question about the Clay table. So Teza is typing something maybe, but I'll just say it when there is question. Nathan is typing too. Yeah, don't hesitate. Matteo is a Clay expert too, so really enjoy this moment to ask any question. Nadine said that she is not familiar with Clay, or Teza said, I haven't used Clay before. Very interesting to know more about it. Not familiar, send it too. So yeah.
Amazing. Thanks, Lois. Yes, this is like the best opportunity to do that. Okay, I'm gonna go through these. These are, I'm gonna go more into details of like the really cool stuff. So like here, what we do is, like start with the end in mind. So we are crafting a call.reach message. So it's gonna be put like in a physical mail. It's gonna be placed in an email, in a LinkedIn outreach message. So we want to create each personalization from here to then send to lagrowthmachine and to Scribeless.
So there is some question. There is difference between Clay and Lucia or EvaBoot?
Yes, they're very different. So Clay could use Lucia, for example, to enrich, to reach phone numbers, to source contacts as well. But like Clay plays different providers all together.
This is less cascading enrichment. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like imagine Clay as being a Google Sheet, but like with superpowers. Okay.
Exactly. This is Oliver saying it's an Excel sheet on steroids. Yeah. And from Apollo, what is the main difference?
Like Clay uses Apollo, for example, to source contacts. With Apollo, you can do a lot of things. But again, Apollo does one part. So Apollo is great for finding like contacts, for finding companies. You can even send the emails or like do the calls. But like Clay, imagine Clay as being like the center, could be like the center of your business. Clay could basically be like a new employee for you, because it's like the center part from which you use Apollo to find the contacts, and then you work those contacts through Clay. So we could have, for example, sourced these contacts, these people here. We could have found them through Apollo, paste them here, and then do all the things, all the enrichments, all the personalizations in the Clay table before them sending to an outreach campaign, for example.
Yeah. I like the comparison of Tash saying think of clay as a plugin or a hub.
Yeah, that's great, actually. Yeah, I love this.
And about precision of the data, do you think clay is more precise than Sales Navigator or even Faro?
That's a great question. So the point is, Clay uses, for example, Sales Navigator to get the data. So Clay doesn't, like, for example, when we find companies or contacts through Clay, those are sourced from LinkedIn. But for example, like with my clients, I work a lot with Sales Navigator. I think it's like the best B2B database. So in general, like to source contacts, it's great to source contacts or companies from Sales Navigator and then paste them in Clay.
Yeah. And it's perfect for intent too, but I will let you deep dive in everything, but because I think you will go on this question and we can continue. But it's just to say to Oliver, who was asking, how do you get the most value from your credits? It's interesting too, because I know that you have a little hack to save credits in Clay. So I led this question for you for after.
Yes. Let's see like this after.
Yeah.
Anyway, like if you have any questions, yes, just go with them. We can focus. Some stuff are gonna be probably assumed on my side, or like there is a lot to see. So I'm gonna try to show you like the most interesting thing. Of course, if you want them to dive deep more, we can have like the questions at the end, or like even like during the call, of course, during the webinar.
No problem.
All right. Okay, so let's go. Okay, for example, here, like our goal again, let's remember we have a list of contacts here. Let's imagine that we have just sourced these contacts from Sales Navigator or from Apollo, based even on the recent questions. What we want to do is like craft a physical mail like this. Okay, like this is a physical mail that we want to send to the prospect, just if they respect some requirements, and then we want to insert them in this workflow, okay, where we have a video personalized, a voice personalized, and then email, LinkedIn, and call. So a few enrichments that are important for the copy. For example, we make like the job role nice. We don't say, hey, I saw that you are like the vice president of operations, but we say you are the VP of operations. We get then the role plural. This is gonna be important like for a second step, because in the copy we mentioned the job role singular and the job role plural. You're gonna see that later. Normalize company name. Again, the same thing. We don't want to see, for example, BTG PLC. We want to see, I saw that you worked at BTG. Not I saw that you work at Forefront Ventures, but I saw that you work at Forefront. Okay. So these are like personalizations that are really important for the copy, as well as the city. I sent you a handwritten mail in Jacksonville, not in Jacksonville, Florida, United States. I mean,
and
no one.
Is that Clay doing for you, or you have to pass on it?
I have to pass on it. So this is the information that they got from, for example, Sales Navigator or from Apollo. And I need to use AI. This is OpenAI. This is ChatGPT 4o Mini, where I write a prompt. This is like, for example, the prompt in here. I give the inputs, and it provides like the result for me.
Great.
Thanks, Eloise. Actually, these questions are very important. Sometimes they just go.
No problem. Nadine was saying, "Is that Clay doing for you?" And David was saying, "What is the prompt you use to normalize?" So I really just passed the question, but the chat is really great. So thank you guys for your question.
Great, guys, keep asking.
And Sander asked if you have a manual for the prompts, maybe a template or something.
I have a list of prompts. Like usually with prompts, like there are some rules that I follow. in general, according to the prompt, like the prompt changes. I have a list of like optimized prompts that I always like use because like they were made on like trial and error. So I know that right now, if I use them, they're gonna give me like the right solution. But really, that is like basically a structure from each prompt. It's very important to be detailed on what you want. It's very important in giving them an example of what you want. So like you have to do this. You use this you provide them the information, and then you tell them, okay, this is an example of the result I want, and don't do this. If we see, for example, let me see a good one that I like.
I think, Matteo, also you'll maybe send it to the participants, some insight or some gifts after the webinar, right?
Exactly. I will send all this table. It really took me, I cannot quantify because it took me like a lot of time and expertise, like studying and practicing. I will send like all these clay table so that there are all my prompts inside. So for example, like these prompts that you are seeing here, like in the clay table, you can come here, click on edit column, and you will have like this prompt in here. And anyway, guys, like follow me. Like if you follow me on LinkedIn, I post every day. So basically, like I touch like these topics basically every day.
Great, priceless. Thank you, Matteo. So with that, we are not running after time. Maybe we can continue.
Yes, sure. Okay, something that I want to show you is like this part of the segmentation, okay? This is really a thing where this part gets interesting and where it gets connected to lagrowthmachine and Scribeless. So what we want to do is, for example, let's focus just on the main campaign, okay? This one, Scribeless multi-channel. So what we want to do is we want to send a physical letter, and then we want to contact the people on LinkedIn, just for the people that have more than 500 connections on LinkedIn, because usually people that has less than 500 connections is not really active on the platform. And we want to send a physical mail only to the people that is really in the main ICP, only in the main target. So if I open here, you will notice that they want to target just the CEO or the VP. So if some role is not a CEO, is not a VP, they won't receive a physical mail. I want to maximize the use of physical mail because it's like such a cool channel and such powerful, but it needs to be directed to the right people.
Great.
So based on these two elements, okay, connections above 500 and the main ICP, we are able to then segment in 4 different possible campaigns or each contact. So, for example, if the person meets the 2 requirements of the main ICP, so they are a CEO or a VP, and they have more than 500 connections, they will go in the Scribeless plus LinkedIn campaign. If they instead have just more than 500 connections, but they are not in the main ICP, they will go in the LinkedIn campaign only. So they will go in a campaign where we don't send the physical letter, but we just contact them through LinkedIn and email later. Email and call eventually, but we skip the physical mail in this case. In case in which the person is in the main ICP, so again, CEO or VP, and they have less than 500 connections, so they're not active on LinkedIn, they're not active on the platform, we're going to go through with the physical mail, with Scribeless, and we're going to send them an email. So physical mail plus email. And in the end, in case like the contact doesn't meet any of these requirements, so they're not in the 500 connections, they don't have 500 connections, and they're not in the main target, they will receive an email-only campaign. Email eventually plus LinkedIn later if they have the LinkedIn profile. But you see how we segment like the target. If you notice at the checkboxes, the cool thing is that we're not missing anything. You know, each contact is going to be prospected. Each in-target contact is going to be prospected. What's going to change is going to be the channels that we're going to use and the order of the channels that we're going to use. And of course, the copy that is going to be inside the channels. And this is how it gets really interesting. Because of course, if, for example, and we're going to see that in a second, if we're sending them a physical mail and then a LinkedIn message, we want to say in the LinkedIn message, hey, I sent you a physical mail before. If we are just sending a LinkedIn message, we don't want to reference the physical mail. So this segmentation is really detailed, but it's very important to maximize every small opportunities that we have in these niche targets. I will go through. There is like a part of finding the emails. So this is like a waterfall. Someone asked before if what's the difference with Lucia. So for example, here there are like multiple providers that you find here, and that help us in like finding valid emails. So each provider looks for the email. Then there is like a validation process. And if they pass like the finding email and validation the process, they go into this list of full valid emails. So at this point, we have the valid email. We have like this deep segmentation, okay? And we want to, let's focus only on this one. So we want to send them a physical letter plus a LinkedIn campaign, a LinkedIn and email campaign.
There is a question. Tasha asks, it looks like you're building the workflow in Clay versus in lagrowthmachine, but the workflow is in lagrowthmachine, right?
The workflow is going to be sent in lagrowthmachine. That's a great question. What we're going to do is the workflow is here. So
it's
you can already...
machine. Yeah, maybe they think this is in Clay.
No. Clay is like just a tool that we use to then send like the leads to lagrowthmachine. And through lagrowthmachine, like we're gonna do the prospecting.
Yeah, exactly, because there is an integration between them. So from Clay, you can just push your audience in lagrowthmachine directly.
Exactly, like you can see this here.
Exactly here, yeah.
Like we have, like for example, like you see here, we have 4 different campaigns, and in here we have 4 different columns of lagrowthmachine.
Yeah.
So based on the previous different segmentation that we did, that we just saw, we have like 4 different columns, 4 different lagrowthmachine columns, and each lead is sent to the right column, to the right lagrowthmachine campaign.
Yeah. Sender is saying, could you give a recommendation in the end on which sources app are the best to combine with Clay based on your experience in every category, like triggers, CRM, or contact details? Like for contact details, maybe it's, I don't know, Apollo or everything. Or CRM, it's, let's say, HubSpot. But maybe it's at the end or even at the end of the webinar on LinkedIn, because I think it's a huge question. Yeah.
It's a great question. It's pretty huge because like there are so many parts into these that we can see. Like my favorite database is Sales Navigator, but Apollo is great as well. lagrowthmachine does enrichment as well. You can use like many waterfall providers. There are many in general. We can see that maybe later. Like as a CRM, like HubSpot is great. Like for example, here at the end of the workflow, we're gonna send every lead in HubSpot. So there is like the integration native with Clay, but other CRMs as well. Like work, for example, Fork or Breakhold are great. Many clients of mine honestly use like a HubSpot. So I placed it here. There is like even the native integration.
Yeah, but I think about enrichment. Maybe we can now say that we can save Clay credits with enrichments because lagrowthmachine enriches for free and in an unlimited way.
Exactly. Actually, I used like for a client just the other day. So yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Okay, something important about like the Scribeless and LinkedIn campaign. So remember, guys, we want to send the physical letter. I want to show you. This is a little bit detailed, so I will just touch like the above thing. But I think like someone even asked about the AI prompt, and I think this is really cool to see. So we want to send like a physical mail before the lagrowthmachine process. only to prospects for which we know the right address, right? We don't want to send, we want to target the company address. So let's say, for example, this company is in target, and we have 2 locations inside, okay? We have like Phoenix and we have Boston. So if we want to target both Phoenix and Boston, like we have to decide what city to prioritize. Where is the person living, in Phoenix or Boston? So we have a previous step in here where basically we ask AI to come up. There is like this prompt, and AI will look at the person location, where the person live, and it will compare to where the company has the offices. And it will come out with the closest company location to the person. Okay, so we're gonna get like a location that is the closest to the person, and we're gonna calculate the similarity of that. So if the person is close, if the person lives closely to the office, we're gonna send them the handwritten mail. If the person doesn't live close to the office, we're just gonna send like the LinkedIn. We're gonna insert like the person in the LinkedIn workflow or in the email workflow. This is a bit detailed, so I'll try to stay like above. But if you have questions like to focus on that, yeah, just let me know.
Maybe we can continue.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have 20-25 minutes, and yeah.
Sure. Let's go. Okay, so let's focus on the lagrowthmachine campaign, on the lagrowthmachine workflow. So at this point, we have sent to the people, remember, handwritten mail. So this is the handwritten mail they have received. So there is like the physical address in here. Here there is like the letter. Okay, of course you can personalize this, and you can have like the personalization inside. So we are sending these personalization points to before sending the physical mail. After they receive this, they're gonna receive a workflow in lagrowthmachine. So the workflow in lagrowthmachine will start. And let's focus on this one, okay? We're gonna use, so let's see in detail how it works. Again, from Clay, we've just sent this information. And so we start in the campaign, and we start with some social warming. So we visit the profile of the person automatically. This happens all automatically. So there is like a visit of the profile and liking a post. This is like the social warming. After this, we send a connection request. With the connection request, it could happen that the invite is accepted or not accepted. Let's focus on the case in which the invite is accepted. Okay, in case the invite is accepted, like this is really cool. We're gonna send them a personalized video message. Okay, so I'll show you this. So this is, for example, the preview of what they're gonna receive. Hi, Dave. I sent you a handwritten mail to your office in Millersburg. Have you received it? Of course, this is gonna change to all the people. I recorded this short video to introduce myself. Greetings from Buenos Aires, Matteo. This is an example of the video they receive. I'll show you. Just bear in mind, we're using SenseSpark for doing this, and we're sending then the video to lagrowthmachine. This is I'm showing you the final result. This is like for an example of video that they can receive.
So we don't have the sound, but we absolutely can imagine. Yeah, this is great. It's the personalization with the website and the
Exactly. It changes like the website. So every time you will get the different website in the background, and like the name will always change. So it will be like always, hey Dave, hey Mike, hey Alfredo. You know, like the name will always change.
And do you need a certain plan from SenseSpark to do that?
You need the you can do this with the basic plan. you need like the middle plan to have the automatic integration with Clay. So if you want to build this, if you can see, I have SenseSpark here. If you want to build this like automatically integrated with Clay, you need like the middle plan. But otherwise,
and the SenseSpark integration with lagrowthmachine is in the is in the basic plan, right?
Yes.
Of SenseSpark, I mean, yeah.
Yes, exactly. I mean, like the HTTP is like in the middle plan.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks,
Lizzie. Okay, let's proceed. So this is the first layer of personalization. After this, we get a voice message, a personalized voice message. So this is very important, I think, guys, because like the point is, these are channels like LinkedIn, and personalized video and voice messages are parts of outbound that are still untapped. So you don't find a lot of, you don't receive a lot of voice messages right now, right, in your LinkedIn inbox. Maybe right now you're receiving a little bit more than, for example, a few months ago, but it's like still untapped. Same for video messages. So these are great for doing outbound. And actually, lagrowthmachine has this great integration that that allows to send voice messages where you can record your voice message, and it's going to automatically add the name of the person. So I can say, hey, name, and then your voice message. From a client, for example, we sent the other day, and the reply was, oh, thanks so much for having put this up, and in reality, just an automation.
Yeah, this is quite amazing that we can say, hey, or hola, or salut, or hello, hey, hi. For each language, you can have your hello type, and also, of course, the personalization of the first name. I just push a poll to know if you have ever tried multi-channel, LinkedIn, email, voice, videos, calls combined, to know if you already have this experience.
Great. Very curious about that as well. Yes. Okay, after this, so if they don't reply, we're going to send them an email. So we merge LinkedIn with email. Together with the email, before seeing the copy, we send them, we visit their profile in the moment we send their email. So we still do like social warming on LinkedIn. And at the same time, after the call, the SDR, after the email, the SDR is going to receive like a notification to call them with some instructions. So we can see the instructions here. Call and say you send them a handwritten letter, tell them you've reached out through LinkedIn, and the handwritten physical mail.
Yeah, it's like a memo or a script.
Exactly. We have like the email. So for example, like this is again an example. I recreated it like just for the purpose of this webinar. But yeah, they would receive a handwritten note. Hey Dave, I sent you a handwritten mail in Nielsburg. Have you received it? Reason why, as explained in the letter, I noticed that PRC, the company name, sells communication devices to caregivers. This is an intro line. You can do basically whatever intro line that you want, and then place like at the beginning of the email. For this purpose, I did this one. I was curious how you're dealing with implementing AI in your sales operations, and then like explanation of the offer. Okay, so we ask them if they have basically a problem with what they noticed, and then we say, we help CEOs like you. So this is the role. This is a variable. It changes according to the person. Creating the scalable, reliable, predictable sales system that produces leads on autopilot without any increase in headcount. We have helped other companies in the device sector, so we tell them what industries there are, close 5 to 6 figures deals in the first 2 months of work together. Would you like more information? Best, then your signature, and PS, texting you because you are the CEO, but if this is not relevant, please let me know. So, like as you know, like this in lagrowthmachine, they come as different variable points. So in lagrowth machine, this is the great thing about the integration with Clay, and why we are speaking a lot about the integration with Clay, is because you can create all the personalization points in Clay and then send the lagrowth machine in a way to create the most personalized email that you want. In this case, we are personalizing the company name, their job role. We have like a small intro line that is personalized, what the person is selling to, who they are selling to. But like you can basically create whatever you want that is more in line with your target market. After this, go on.
Is this in Clay or LGM? This is lagrowth machine. The lagrowth machine is really the sender and the automation tool that is used for the workflow Tesa.
Exactly.
Pedro asked in Clay what press plan will be enough to do what you showed us.
The Explorer plan would be okay to do this.
Great.
It's like the middle plan, basically.
Okay.
Okay. So second email after 7 days. It's very similar. Okay. We change like the line. We try a different UVP, and yes, we push a second email. We wait for 7 days. We change subject line. We don't want to use the same subject line. We want basically at this point a little bit of them to forget about us, but at the same time we want to try with a different UVP to push the solution. And in the end, we can merge, with another LinkedIn message. It's just like to start before a final call. Let me know when might be a good time to chat through this. First name, it would be like this. Let me know when might be a good time to chat through this, Dave. Let me know if you prefer chatting over email or text. LinkedIn could be difficult to use. You can change the copy. You can change the structure of the emails according to like what the target market, for what the target market is most relevant to. So you can really adapt it to your industry, to your solution, to your market. This is a glance of what is possible with lagrowth machine, for example. We are creating a really multi-channel campaign, really detailed, really segmented, that it's difficult to create in other ways. And you're reaching to the target market. That's really the most important thing, through different channels. So let's say that our initial assumption is that the target, the person is more active on LinkedIn, but maybe they are not. Maybe they are more active on email, or they are more active on cold call. In this way, we reach them through all three channels. And we send them a physical mail before to stand out above all the other people that could be trying to get their attention.
Super clear. Pedro was asking if there is a LinkedIn plan needed to be able to send messages. And I say it's maybe Sales Navigator is important for segmentation, but for the sending part is more about an automation tool like lagrowth machine.
Exactly. Yes, lagrowth machine is basically enough to do all of this.
So somebody say, I have done that using Lemlist. Could you explain why lagrowth machine and Clay will be a better option, please? I don't know if you already tried it, Matteo, and if you have clues.
Yes, both lagrowth machine and Lemlist are great. What I love about lagrowth machine is like the UX, the UI, and I love like the send voice message and the integration with Clay. So these elements tend me to go to lagrowth machine. The personalized voice message, the integration with Clay that is direct native, it's really easy. I mean, if you want to use Clay to do this, you just come here, you edit column, and and just all the variable points that you have seen, you can like see them here. So I just have like to click in here and select like the different variable, and I send this information. So it's super easy. Flame list is great as well, but like my main focus, my main solution for this kind of campaigns is like Growth Machine for like the integration, for the UX UI, and for the voice messages.
So Pedro said, I tried Lagros Machine, but my sales got blocked after a few connects and messages. I think it's in the settings. You can have a quota and a proportion to send messages without being too spammy. But normally Lagros Machine really is about segmentation, precision, and not being blocked, and recommendation about the quota per day.
Exactly. Like there is a feature actually in the settings where you can decide how many contacts do per day. So if like the risk, if you go above like the suggested lines, is that it becomes risky. So it's always good to stay within the limits.
Exactly.
In general, with any tools of LinkedIn automation. So this is like not just for Growth Machine, but for whatever tool that uses LinkedIn to automate messages, it's very important to stay within limits. Because otherwise it's normal LinkedIn could block you. But if you stay within limits, it's safe.
Nathan asked if you would you like to see in the future features for Clay? What would you like to see in the future? What would the best feature you would like to see in Clay?
Oh wow, there are already a lot. It's really difficult because like basically every week there is like some, not one, but like a few new ones. So it's difficult to answer. Like at this point, I think like in general the business development movement in B2B is moving towards intent signals and intent triggers. That's like a revolution going on with AI. Reading these intent signals. So I think what is gonna be, what you want to see, and what is gonna be happening is gonna be that Clay is gonna import always more intent signals providers to make basically like your outreach super relevant. Like the old way of doing outreach, the spray and pray. Like it's at this moment, it doesn't work anymore. It's super important that you have like a list, a database that is correct, and you have like a great strategy for your target market.
Yeah. Nadine is asking if the recording will be shared. So every recording, every replay will go on the playground, the community for sales and growth, and it's absolutely free. So just let me publish it maybe tomorrow morning, and it will be on the playground. Enjoy the community, guys. We have a lot of resources. We have also free credits to test Clay. Dealing with them, partnerships code promo code, and also we have a great resources. It's 3 Clay templates using Clay and Growth Machine to re-engage people, inactive clients, to focus on job intent. And the third one, I don't remember, but there is a lot of resources, and also there is great advisor as Matteo that you can ask and share and discuss with them and with us.
Yes, exactly. Yes, just like the playground actually is great. You've done a great job, Eloise. Thanks actually for setting that up. It's great. Like there are a lot of like discussions that are really relevant for outbound in B2B. Yeah. Like some discussions on topics I couldn't find like anywhere else, and I'm basically everywhere in every channel in the topic. So.
Yeah, what I like, it's not just about technical, it's also a lot about sales, like how can deal with an objection when I received a no, or thank you, not for the moment, as an answer. How can we transform a no in yes or an opportunity? This kind of really sales people question, and this is not only about outbound workflow. It's a huge part, but also there is really a place for the sales, because now today sales are really more involved in outreach and outbound subjects. Yeah. Sorry.
Exactly. Yeah, I agree completely. Agrees. And like today we saw like a multi-channel funnel, a multi-channel use of Clay and lagrowth machine, parrot bound. But really, you can use even the same campaign, the same workflow for intent triggers, for signals based. So you could, for example, there are like great integration with Clay, with, for example, our B2B is very famous, where we can track website visitors. You send them to Clay. You do basically the same work, and then with lagrowth machine, you do this outreach. So like business development is changing a lot, and AI basically is revolutionizing, and but like the possibilities are huge at the moment.
Great. Do you have another thing to show us?
Honestly, like the tables, the campaigns are really detailed. I would let you like go probably with some questions, because there is like really a ton, in this.
Guys, if you have questions, it's we have 4 minutes left. Sender asked if you can share the Scribeless multi-channel campaign, Matteo.
Yeah, absolutely. Like the Clay table, you mean?
Yeah, the Scribeless. Yeah, I think both. I mean, he said both, but this is the whole. The campaign in lagrowth machine, I think, but it's difficult to duplicate it. But maybe just the seconds could be a screenshot or something.
Yeah, definitely, I can do that. I can send it later. So a screenshot of this, maybe something that is interesting for you is like seeing this. So like we have like these 4 different workflows in lagrowth machine. I can take like screenshot of all. The point is, you have seen the 4 division or the 4 segmentation before. Basically, like what is the main difference across these 4 workflows is like in this one, LinkedIn is preferred over email. In these two ones, email is preferred over LinkedIn. What changes? So we have like 2 different workflows, but like across these 2, they change for the copy inside. Just to give you an example on the level of detail that you can reach, is like in these 2 that in which we sent the handwritten mail before. If you notice, in here we're preferring the mail, and in here we're going with LinkedIn. But yeah, like between these 2, where basically here we have sent the handwritten mail before, and here we didn't send the handwritten mail before, we are sending them 2 different personalized video messages. So in here, we send them a personalized video messages where we say their name, and we mention them that we have sent them the handwritten mail. And in this case, we tell their name, but we don't mention them that we have sent them the written mail. So workflow changes according to both what channel to prioritize and what copy inside is sent. But you can achieve an enormous level of detail that can basically support you in getting to anyone of your targets in the most relevant way. That's the main.
Great. Yes, people are asking if there is best of cold mail, LinkedIn requests that we can share. There is a lot of resources of these kind of things in the playground. There is a 15 LinkedIn request with 40% of response rate. There is 11 LinkedIn voice with more than 25% of replies. There is a lot of things. There is even cold calling scripts. So yeah, a lot of things, I think, because and we do build this with experts as Matteo, or we take the best, let's say 100 client in lagrowth machine performance data, and we do this type of resources. And this is also the power of the playground. It's not just a Slack. It's not just a learning hub. It's not just an event agenda. It's everything. It's events, sharing in discussion, its resources, and it also advisors.
Exactly. It's just like to maybe conclude as well. Like what I would like to say is like, yeah, please, you can always you can test a growth machine. Playground is great. So if you like these topics, if you like this webinar, if you want to get more involved and learn more about this, or like test it out. Yeah, for sure, go into like Playground by Growth Machine. It's like amazing. It's an amazing resource. You will receive my clay tables at the end, so both of the company and like the clay table in the workflow that I showed you before. I remember you for the lucky person that can get the 50
credits.
The 50 credits for Scribeless. Exactly. You like the first person that is gonna call Oliver, that is gonna find his phone number and call him, is gonna get this amazing prize. So if you want to use like handwritten letters, please go on. And again, like I post every day. Every work day, I post something related to B2B outbound, related to clay, growth machine. I post videos, I post screenshots of experience with clients. So if you want to dive deeper more, you have a lot of resources. You can follow me on LinkedIn, and yeah, I basically share that all the time.
Great. Thank you very much, Matteo. I think this webinar was full of insights, learnings. I don't know if in the chat, if guys, you have the answer to your question, but really it was priceless and really interesting and really clear and really complete. You went through the whole workflow, so. Really thank you, Matteo, for this richness, really.
Thanks a lot. Thanks, Grace, for organizing everything. Really much appreciated. Thanks for having me as guest, and thanks to Oliver that is here for the support, as well as Bethany from SensePark that supported the
webinar. Thank you for the tools, the family and friends tools. So it's really great to have integration and even partnerships and this kind of link and relation. So thank you, Oliver. Thank you, all the Clay and SensePark community too. And can't wait to meet you and onboard you on the playground. If you have any question about Growth Machine too, you can ask me on the playground and ask Matteo on the playground or in LinkedIn. And we just keep in touch. And the replay will be tomorrow on the playground, and also Matteo will send you guys the whole workflow.
Exactly. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Bye.